Good evening, guys. So for tonight, we are going to Arduino Uno Unity multiplayer traditional board game Cubus. Our project manager is Hajrul Khaira. And then our group member, first of all, Muhammad Lakibar Francisco as group leader, and then Nurul Zalita Pratiwi, Joy Putri Asibuan, Rehan Bayhaki, and then Intan Permatasari Siburian. Project description: the Cubus game and IoT controller is a dual-component product that combines a 3D-style tic-tac-toe game with an IoT-based game controller. The game named Cubus is built using the Unity 3D game engine and features a unique 3D grid design, offering a modern twist on the classic tic-tac-toe game. The IoT controller, powered by an Arduino Uno microcontroller, provides a tactile and interactive way for players to engage with the game. Okay, next for the contribution of the course to PBL, hardware programming, provide in-depth understanding, control, and programming of various types of hardware with software including IoT and other physical devices. And then game programming. The game programming course provides a strong foundation in the development of digital games and physical interaction. And then artificial intelligence, able to develop various techniques effectively. And then animation, 3D animation, make important contributions to game development, especially in creating attractive visual, dynamic characters, and realistic environments. And then next, Joy Asibuan.
Okay, the next slide is English communication. This course helps develop speaking, writing, listening, and reading skill in English. The next, Pancasila education, explain and develop the urgency of implementing Pancasila values in daily life and its challenge in the future. The next, entrepreneurship, provide an understanding of the strategy, challenge, and basic concept in developing. Project execution assignment, one, animation, a visual appealing display with interactive 3D graphic depicting the Cubus game board. The next, notification and feedback, a system that provides players with feedback on their move, including move validation and notification when turn change. Physical control using an Arduino Uno to connect buttons and sensors. Player data, storage of game data such as scores, turn, and player. The next, multiplayer interaction, facilities for players and opponents to take turns. And the last, hardware and software integration, collaboration between hardware Arduino and software Unity. The next slide will be continued by Nurul.
Okay, storybook. Week 1, introduction of the new group members with the title PBL Arduino Uno Unity multiplayer traditional board game Cubus. Week 2, discuss to create an overview of the mapping flow of the project. Week 3, design a 2D schematic joystick prototype. Week 4, making an Unity prototype of IoT joystick using ESP32 microcontroller. Next, week 5, testing serial code Arduino Uno model and testing flashing data to ensure. Week 6, in this week, stage install prototype of the Cubus. Week 7, creating a GitHub report of the PBL project. Week 8, prepare the requisite file for the mid-semester assessment. Okay? Week 9, starting the early development phase of the final iteration of the 3D board game. Week 10, implementation a menu filter when the game is paused. Week 11, the team made update and upgrade to the Heidi emulation code. Week 12, design the casing shape. The process began with searching for online reference. Week 13, this week the team carried out the 3D printing process to print the part of the Arduino casing. And the last week, 14, project completion by checking the overall result of each of job decks. Will be next slide, Rehan Bayhaki.
Right, so I'm going to explain about the game project itself. So what you're seeing here is the main menu of the game Cubus. So we have two modes. First up is the start versus. This is a player versus player game mode. and then Start AI, where you could play against a bot. This is the pause menu and settings, where basically if you tap ESC button, it's gonna pause the game and you can choose a lot of options like making the line thicker or maybe adding more layers or changing the layers offset. So there's more challenge to it. Next slide. Right, so this is the gameplay image. What you're seeing here is the PvP game mode. So there's player 1 and player 2 facing off to create the first person that made the 3 grid combo. So as you can see here, there are 3 conditions to win. So any player could win the game by either making a 3-row on the tic-tac-toe, either by doing it diagonally, horizontally, or vertically. Now, the one here is the AI mode. So basically what I did is implementing a minimax algorithm. So a player can play against an AI opponents. Next slide. Right, this is the Python application code. So basically what I made is a bridge of some sort to emulate the clicking on the IoT button itself. So basically why I created the HID application is because Python is because Arduino Uno doesn't support HID, which is human interface device, natively on a computer. So what I did is creating an interpreter or an emulation so that the IoT device can interpret what was clicked on the device and then translate it to the PC. Next slide. Now, this one is the AI Minimax implementation screenshot. This is the debugging screen from the Unity project. So basically, a Minimax implementation is how the AI can calculate the next move and also counting on what is the best and optimal result based on what the human player did. So as you can see here, the AI won the game by creating a 3 diagonal win condition. So basically, as you, the player, put the green box, the AI will count how many other possible moves that is available on a 3D space. After it calculated, it's gonna place the boxes and it's gonna try its best to win the game and beat the human player. So yeah, this is probably the most complex implementation on the video game itself. And I think this is a pretty robust AI implementation for a Unity game. Next slide. This is the HID application screenshot. I compiled the application from Python to exe file so it can be easily be distributed, and so you don't need to install any Python requirement. You can just open the exe file and it's gonna activate the HID interpreter. This is the Arduino IDE, pretty straightforward. This is the code that runs inside the controller, so it can send the signal to the PC for the mouse and keyboard control. Next slide. Next slide. Right, so this is the 3D printed cases. This is a combination of online reference and also a little bit of self-designing. We basically spent some time to design the model a bit and also finding reference online. And finally, we 3D printed it ourselves, the team. Took about 2 days to print all the parts there. It comprised of the upper part and lower part. We decided to make the case from 3D print material instead of acrylic because 3D printed material are better looking and also it is more robust looking. So it looks cooler than just maybe making it from acrylic or other materials. Next slide.
Tasks of division. Lucky Boy responsible for coordination the team and manual book. Nurul responsible for adding background music to the game, completing documentation. Joy Putri Hasibuan responsible for analyzing direction, way program the game, interpret and complete the final report. Rehan Baihaki responsible for plan and create hardware ideas for PBL project, design hardware or controller and program hardware assemble. And Intan Permatasari responsible for completing and document. Difficult during PBL progress, obstacle in the progress of our project. We encountered several challenges, interacting with the game system, we develop and interesting ideas from other team members. Solution: through open discussion, we have actively unified diverse ideas and found solution to the challenge. This documentation game project progress from week 1 to week 14.
Okay, that's all from our team, and thank you for your attention.